Would we have the first breakaway stage of this year's Tour de France? We've gone TTT, UAE winning the two punchy stages. We had the first stage near the Pyrenees. We've gone to the fringe of them from Carcassonne to Foix. Sweltering conditions. It's really, really hot. 40 degrees almost, and we're finishing in Foix. Foix McDonald's has saved me a couple of times. Is this something the sprint teams want to control? For Bini, for Pedersen on the little trek? Is it something the GC men were interested in? Probably no is the answer to either of them, but we needed to see the attitude of Trek because the last Category 2 is hard enough to drop the Philipsens and Merliers of the world. So we were watching at kilometre zero, what would Trek and Pedersen be doing? And we had our answer pretty quickly. Quinn Simmons jumping in the American Natty Champs jersey. This stage is crucial for Pedersen's green jersey bid. It's 50 points on offer at the finish. There's also 25 points available at the intermediate sprint. So I think they decided we can win from the peloton and control all day, but Pedersen jumps himself there across to Alex Kirsch. But they realized if you also go in the break, you can, and there's no other sprinters there, you can take a larger green jersey point delta to the other sprinters if they don't make the breakaway. And because that climb, actually, the first climb, first Category 2, it's after the intermediate sprint. So the sprinters in the peloton would survive until that intermediate sprint. But it's looking good for Trek here. Vacek's made it, teammate of Pedersen, strong rouleur breakaway, no sprinters that I could see, but problems were coming with so many chasing from behind. The peloton was like 3-4 seconds behind. They were nearly there. Torsten Tran is the last man to jump across into this group. Quinn Simmons follows wheels into this group. It splits just at the right moment. Every other team is represented just about that wants to be there. 35-man breakaway goes. UAE, Visma Decathlon, they're not represented. They don't care. Pollitt gives the word. Breakaway's gone. UAE happy with the break. Green light for the break to play for the stage win. So we got Denzen Tratnik from Bora, 3 Trek, and Pedersen needs teammates to help him. 3 EF, Quinn Steinhauser Valgren, who just won a Giro stage. We've got Gregoire, 2 Movistar, 3 actually, with Oliveira, Garcia Pierna, and Castrillo, as well as Echelon Frankfurt winner Zimmerman. Yoni Zagiro on a stage for Cofidis like this a few years ago. Bini made it though. So Bini and Philipsen made the break. They take actually 9 points, Bini does, 9-point delta on Pedersen. So key for them to make these breakaways to defend their green jersey prospects. And then Tratnik, green light from UAE for the break. Tratnik's like, I'm just rolling off the front. I'm not doing anything. I'm just looking at the views. There's no problem. Oh, I'm suddenly taking a gap. And Vacek's like, no. I'm going to be your backpack. You're not riding away from me. And you see actually Quinn and Tran looking at each other like, do we really want to chase this and bring this back? And that attitude actually let 50 seconds grow between Tratnik and the group behind. And Pedersen was starting to get nervous. And this is where the other teams, I think, could have called Trek and Pedersen's bluff a little bit more. It was very obvious here. 76 Ks to go. Vacek's not allowed to win. He can't win. It has to be Pedersen winning because he needs the maximum green jersey points. If he comes third, he loses like 30, 25 potential green jersey points. Vacek's on the radio saying, can I pull? He takes a quick pull before he gets the answer, and then he's not allowed to pull anymore. That was the only pull he was allowed to do. So Tratnik was about to give up. EF and Movistar and the others, I don't think they needed to chase or panic because this move just wasn't going anywhere. If they were going to chase, do it on the climb where you can maybe put Pedersen and his teammates under the most pressure. They pace with Oliveira, pace with Steinhauser. We've got to climb. The Montsegur, it's about 7 Ks, 6%, but the last mile you can see here on the right is quite steep, particularly the 11% section near the top. And EF had designs on making the race hard on this climb. Why? The answer was Sean Quinn's GC position. He's 30 seconds behind Trine on GC. Trine's the best placed on GC in the group. He took the Vuelta leaders jersey for a few days last year and finished 9th in GC there. And UAE letting this gap grow, to a big margin. Quinn attacks. It looks like a masterstroke from EF. Trine sliding. Quinn's riding away from him, but Trine was just pacing himself. Quinn is not able to get any distance on him. And now Trek have got actually a pretty tricky situation to manage. They do have 2 of the strongest teammates, Simmons and Vacek. They could have won themselves from this break probably to manage this, but they've got to keep Michael Matthews there behind on Jayco. They've got to manage the attacking riders like Castrillo, Frigo, Quinn, whoever. And they got to not drop Pedersen while setting a firm enough pace to deter attacks and keep Matthews behind and grow that gap to him, like I said. So it's a pretty fine balance. You see Simmons is on the radio being told to ease up. But then if you ease up, Castrillo is just going to attack you again, or Garcia Pierna, or Frigo is going to attack you, particularly with the last K being really steep on this climb. Frigo was lurking. He waited for Castrillo to attack again, and then he countered off that. So Trek, they had their work cut out. This was probably the trickiest part of the race for them to manage. Once we get into the flat section afterwards, that's really the terrain of Simmons, Vacek, and Pedersen. But a dangerous group goes here. 2 Movistars. Trine's going to pull. No Quinn. Frigo's really strong. They got shut down. Trek lock it down. Frigo, Garcia Pierna, Castrillo, they try a few times to attack, but unfortunately for them, you've also got Trine riding now. He's trying to maximize his GC position because why not go for a top 10? I mean, he's being given 12 and a half minutes or 12 minutes by the peloton. Why not see how much time you can get? And then if that's enough to go for the top 10 in Paris in a couple of weeks. But there was one more attack. Vacek locks it down. Pedersen moves into second position. We all know after a hard day, he's got the best sprint in this group. Vauquelin tries to come up the inside of the corner with 350 meters to go, but runs it a bit wide. Everyone drops the wheel, basically, of Pedersen. His teammates block a little bit. Simmons is on the wheel of Vauquelin, and as we all expected, if it got to the finish, Pedersen wins the stage, going away from everybody. In fact, his teammate, Quinn Simmons, was second. Fantastic teamwork by Simmons and Vacek throughout the day. Garcia Pierre in a third, Frigo fourth, and De Bruyne, Vauquelin, Quinn, Trine, Castrillo, Vacek. Here's what the Dane had to say after the stage.
This was, I would say, masterpiece in teamwork. You know, maybe not climbing. I was suffering a lot on the last climb, but with Quinn and Vacek there, it was incredible day, and they did incredible on the climb to pace it well for me, and make sure that we didn't lose too much time over the top, and then they were just machines from there to the finish line. So what a team effort and what a team win today.
You had noted this stage this morning. It said Mats Pedersen all over it this stage.
Yeah, I had a good talk with Luca, our team manager, before the race, and he said, please win me a stage and please do it early in the race, and he said this would be a good one for me. So I would say that this stage is for Luca and all the good years we had together. I'm really thankful for everything you have done for me, and also to point out and give me a lot of pressure to win today. It's still nice from him.
In terms of GC, like I said, big changes. Trine goes into the yellow jersey by 8 minutes ahead of Pogacar and Vingegaard. Vacek takes the white jersey 4.5 minutes ahead of Ayuso. So big changes. We'll see where Trine can finish. I mean, this is a big gap now he's got to other guys in the top 10 on GC. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.